Alright, let's get started. My name is Alex, and I have been on for my YouTube channel for a hot minute. And by gone, I mean so usually I would just post whatever game I was playing at the current moment, like for a while, and I really enjoyed. I still enjoyed the games I've posted before in the past, but you know, you'll see, like once you see the gap between this video and that being like a year, it's because I got into this game, 40k. Basically, I just love seeing. I played one combat troll, and I loved the game. And then like I found Guard, and I just really like little tanks marching up the field, as well as just mass horde. In this list, this isn't that much of a mass horde, but there's still some it's 50 infantry. That's pretty nice in my opinion. But I just wanted to go over this, and we could start that off with going to my Dorns. And then make sure everything's good. Yeah, the Rogal tank commander is one of my favorite tanks. Rerolls 1 hit, 1 wound, 1 damage whenever it's selected to shoot. That means in a fire watch as well. Reroll 1 of your hits against or 1 of your wounds. I don't know your damages. This is super nice because this thing is packed with 6 Meltaguns. I run combined arm, and so all these guns combined can, like, in a fire watch and in close range, demon princes just get melted. Or like vehicles that I'm chipping off a few wounds, most likely, as long as you don't make if you don't make a few saves. I'm chipping off a few wounds. You have 4 invul. I'm just praying that you don't make any saves, and then if you don't, you're cooked. That's just really the thing. It has a shit ton of meltas. I love it. Next thing we could go off, we could start with our Leman Russes. Here's the Terminator. The Terminator is wonderful little wonderful vehicle, man. I run it. Okay, all these are not proper war gear. Like this one doesn't have any sponsons. This one has a Lasgun, or doesn't have a Lasgun. These have multi-meltas. I run plasma and plasma guns. Usually supercharge them. And then I run the Lascannon, heavy stubber, to kill it. And this first. So the Terminator is really nice, as it comes with its Withering Hail ability, which is after you shoot an enemy unit with this model, until the end of the phase. Each time one of your guard units makes an attack against the unit that one of the units you shot, you could improve your AP by 1. That's really nice. The Luminous main, also its gun's not bad. Strength 9 is kind of lever, but either way, when you I usually shoot my tanks into tanks, even with the main gun, and so even though this thing's strength 9, things that are T10 above, I'm only on 5s, and while it's kind of unfortunate, this thing is twin linked, so it's a little bit better. And so this thing can still shoot at vehicles, especially the lethals, especially with the rapid fire force. You can have 8 shots. Some of them are lethals. Maybe some of them go hit normally, and then you got twin link to reroll them. They fail. The 1 AP is kind of abysmal, but in combined arms you have fields of fire or something like that, where you select one squadron, one squadron and one what's it called, regiment, and against one of enemy unit, those two have 1 AP against it, and so that you could boost its AP. So even though it's the thing that's meant to boost AP, if you need all your things to have boosted AP, this thing can get a stratagem to boost its own AP. But it's really nice, because basically if you're fighting something with cover like a vehicle, then all my other weapons, basically just have their base AP, which is usually 1, 2, or 3. Luminous Vacatures, on the other hand, is this tank right here, and its main thing is that has the most I love that gun. Luminous battle cannon right here. It's 17 inches range, 1 shot hitting on 4, 18 strength, 4 AP plus 6 damage. That 1 shot means if I fail the hit roll, I have to or unless it's 1 where I use a scout signal to reroll it. That thing's just cooked. Heavy makes it really nice to just hold down a gun, a line of just at a firing angle, and just hunker down, because even if I lose an order on that tank, I'm still hitting on 30s, or if I do get order, I'm hitting on 2s, because it's ballistics and hit. Orders affect the hit roll, heavy affects the ballistics, and then it's just gambling. If they have an invul, you're just cooked, whatever. But if they don't, I went against a knight player where he had spent his CPR on a previous D6 damage, and then it's the immediately when I saw that, I just couldn't wait to use my Victor. And as long as my Vigor had a wounded hit, and it was he failed to save, and it's well, I don't have CP to reroll this, and then it's a minute, and I got 8 damage, which is huge. Even though it was a little bit of a low roll, I could have probably rolled it higher, but just, I didn't want to try it because I know I had more guns to try out. But that's really nice for the main gun. I won't go over the sponsons or the Lasguns or anything. Those things are just like good. However, that's kind of a different story once we get to the next Leman Russ, which is the main battle cannon Leman Russ. It has reroll ones naturally, and if you're on objective, full rerolls. This thing is almost as good as a Dorn in the Firewatch, and the reason for that is that like I could just get so many shots. Like was it, if I get like if I spike high like with the first roll, and then I get to reroll again, and then spike another like high. Like let's say like I get was it like I get like 7 shots in with my D63 main gun. And then I get like 2, I get to reroll again, maybe I get another 1, or maybe I get 2 if I spike. But you know, it just means that like I'm probably like I'm probably in a Firewatch gonna get some value out of this. Either way, if it's just like let's say I was playing against a knight player, and he had a let me try to get this to the layout it's meant to be. He had like a it's not this layout, but he had like just assume that like my Lemur's mobile tanks were here. Well, his knights right here. He's on the objective by like just like by like half, but that means I get free rolls, and like I'm hitting normally, and then I'm re-rolling, so I'm getting like a bunch of lethals, and then on top of that, you know, I have all these hit rolls that wound, so I get a few wounds in, and like what's a strength 10 weapon just gets me a lot of attacks, and then I still have the rest of the guns for to attack with. And so I love this tank. That's beautiful, man. We'll get to the Chimeras. Their special roll is just nothing. Absolutely dodge it. I don't know. Yeah, I wish I had the ability, but you know, maybe one guard player in a million has find some use for this mobile command vehicle. I don't know why you must not have your commander in a blob on the field. And then that's just a lot of heavy bolter shots. It sits heavy bolter shots, and if you're within 12 inches, it's like it was a 12, 18. That's 18 just small fire shots, 1 or sits at strength 4, but like 1 AP. Again, if you boost your AP with the Exterminator, or again the Fields of Fire where you get 1 regiment, 1 squadron, one target's gonna have a hard time, or one vehicle. Let me say that one vehicle's gonna have a hard time just like not taking some damage from just the sheer amount of shots. I had a Knights player where he had the cover, and he had and then just Chimera like somehow got like 3 lethals or 2 lethals, and like it's also 2 sustain, and so I just rolled those. I got one more wound, and he just fails. Like he had cover, and he just rolls really bad, and that's just a lot of damage. He rolls like triple ones on those. I didn't even say 1, which was really sad, but then I still had more shots. I was able to get like a wound of a Lasgun array. It's just really funny. They're just alright. That's 400 killers on my list extra. Scout Sentinels, 2 more Las Cannons and 2 more Hunter Killers, and then a Sentinel Chainblade. Ooh, melee guard. The real important part is that I had Scout 9 ability. That can just like be really nice turn 1 if I get Ear Nail, or I get like something that requires me on No Man's. Because I'm really gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and like gonna have 10 inches to move wherever. This can also be used to like if there's a guard tank like somewhere, like let's put a Tremere here, or like yeah, like I could just do like let me see right here. The thing is, I'm right here on the edge. That's where I'm probably gonna be, because I could just like, because if I'm in no man's land, or if I'm right here on the edge, I can still just move 9 inches back. But it's gonna be 9 inches for my normal movement, 10 inches for my my normal move, and then it's gonna be what's called okay, that's a pretty far charge, but like let me tell you what would be different is that I would probably have a Rogal Dorn here, and I would just make sure this thing's within 12 inches, and so we'd get the other extra like 3 inches, which would be huge. So let me try this again. Just 9 inches, and it's 13 inches, and so that's like that is a 8-inch charge or 7 charge, because it's not full inch off. But like that could be like you could do some shenanigans, especially if they're closer around here. Basically like anything that's on the line probably could get charged. Like here would be a better situation. But that's just like something, a little treat, a little like nice trick that can happen. But you know, that's just situational if you go turn 1. Usually as guard you would love to, okay, what the Oh, usually as guard, you just love to not be the one going turn 1 because he's having a bunch of OC. Cheap OC means that you flip objectives better in your favor. Did I put a tech priest in here? I did not. Tech priest is just a he's just a lad. I guess a Warp Involt D3 runes to one of my vehicles, aka my Rogal Dorn, and then he his profile is wherever he has a dead wound pistol. Ooh, I forgot to actually have that pop off, but yeah, its entire thing is he has Warp Involt to my tank. That's all he, like, and then he has lone op nets to the tank. So we went over the Sentinels. Now we can go over the Cadians. I started using Deathcore Krieg instead of 20 of these guys. Okay, so 20 of these go, or 2 10-mans go into 1 Tremor each. So 2 10-mans go into 1 Tremor each. I used to do Cadians like in this list for the Sticky, because Sticky's pretty cool. But however, I switched to Deathcore Krieg, and we'll go over that next slide. However, 10 are still used for Sticky, and that's just my home objective, guys. These guys literally just have Sticky in my home objective. And then they just screen out. Usually I have like some tanks by my home objective, but around here, some like in most layouts, that'll be the case, because it's gonna be like a fine lane that I can just like stay at my deployment and just shoot. But so that means like basically the only places that I'm like usually vulnerable from like deep strike and stuff is usually like in this section of the map, and so or I usually would screen out like just this entire line, and then maybe I have like a tank right here. Oh, in this layout I would definitely have a tank just holding the line here, but like you know. Deathcore Krieg are a little bit better as their what's it called, grim demeanor. If I lose a guy, I'm +1 hit. If I lose half my guys, or more than half my guys, I get +1 wound, which is really nice. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is that Vox-caster, when I'm next to a Dorn, I'll get on whenever I use a stratagem, I will get 4 up. Grenades is very common, so getting up on a 4 plus CP back is pretty cool. And then what was it? Oh, wrong. Deathcore are like a little bit better because they have like a medic that will like so. I didn't put Deathcore in this list on tabletop, but I use them. I've been currently using them. I roll a where's the dice here? Let's take one of these. So I'll roll 1d3. Boom. Oh my god! I just got 2 of my guys back, and that's 2 more OC you have to deal on a point. That's the entire thing of Deathcore. Or I get above half strength again, so I don't take battle shock test. And so that's the cool thing about Deathcore, is that they just revive models. I just need one medic to revive models, and boom, balling. Kazarkin though, these things are nice because Scout, again, it's like here would be the perfect location for at least a Kazarkin Tremor, because then it would be a citizen Scout, because they're a dedicated transport, so that means the Kazarkin share it with them. And then like I'm right here, 10 inches. I'm moving here. I might stay here and then like just test see if you bring anything and hold objective. Maybe I bring the Kazakh out. Then move 9 inches from like if they're okay. Oh no. Let's boom. Boom. Alright, we'll try to get a few less Kazakh. Let's say I'll just bring 2 guys here. From the Tremor, which is like here, they're gonna move 9 inches. So that's like around here, and then they could just, it's 9 inches because it's 3 inches to disembark and then it's 6 inches to move, and so that's just like, I would measure 9 inches instead of like doing the disembark and then do it, and then just like make sure you could do it with like a few guys, like get the most important guys those 9 inches, and then the rest you just do like no measuring for what's it called, and then you just have to pop grenades, pop your Multi-melta, whatever. The Meltagun is really nice because on a 2-up, you do D3 mortal wounds to enemy unit at the start of any phase, or 2d3 to a vehicle unit. That's really cool because that's just like, yeah, that's like it gets like a unit that like maybe has low wounds, like let's say Eldari, and like maybe they have a melee unit. I don't know really. I don't play the instructor too. I know they have melee units. They have low wounds, and so just on a 2-up, I kill a few guys, or I kill like at least 1 guy, but maybe 3. I get the vehicle. I'll do 2d3, which is gonna do a few hits, and then I have 2 of those. That's just free damage. Also, if you can't kill me back, then you can't like fall back and shoot. I'm just stuck in combat with you, and these guys have a pretty good save where they won't die too easily. That's it for my list. I just wanted to go over it. I'm really enjoying Warhammer 40k. This game has probably been one of my favorite hobbies. I am an Arizona player, and so there's this place called Gamers Guild North Phoenix that I'm by. And I play so many games there. and it's just because like I just find that game so fun. I play in the league there, and I've been doing pretty alright. I think so far, let me try to pull this out. So far I'm at like I think it's 7. Let me find it. I won't show, but in the Gamers Guild North Phoenix League, it counts the top 8 games that you have. I'm currently at 6 wins. Or it's scoring wise, I actually have 7 wins, but it hasn't been put in the spreadsheet they have. But I have 6 wins and 5 losses. Then the 7th win is going to come in. It's really high scoring, so 80. Or I was at like 80 points, and then plus like if you win, you get 20 more points on top. And so like I can't wait to play my league finals for this. If I do, there maybe some people like just clutch up. But if not, I think I could probably get to my league finals. And then either way, I'm gonna be heading to RTs in the Phoenix area, and I'm gonna have fun. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed my list. I don't know, like I love 2 Dorns. 2 Dorns are my favorite. Anyone who runs a 2 Dorn list, I want to see it. I want more inspiration on Dorn lists because Dorns are just the greatest thing ever. That's fine.